Hello everyone and welcome to this session. So an important development that has happened quite recently is the notifications for SCT exam and Christ University entrance test have been released. And we have clubbed both of them in this video because the target audience for these notifications are one and the same. So we wanted you to be aware about both the notifications. So we are recording this video in such a manner that I'm going to talk about both the notifications in a single video that will be useful for you as such. Remember, these exams are useful for all management aspirants. So if you are aspiring to get into the arena of management, you're planning to do a graduation or a post-graduation program in management, then obviously your first target would be IPM program of IIMs. But as a backup, it's advisable for you to appear for these exams also. They will serve the purpose of a very good plan B. Just in case needed, you can get into Symbiosis group of colleges or Christ University programs that they have got. So there will be a good plan B to have. So let's get started and let's understand the kind of content that they have shared with us in those notifications. To start with, let's talk about Symbiosis entrance test, popularly known as SCT. Now, this exam is conducted for admission into variety of undergraduate programs by Symbiosis International deemed to be university. Now, this is a university situated in Pune, but they have got multiple colleges under their belt. And the admission for the undergraduate program for courses other than engineering, that happens on the basis of SCT exam performance. So if you are looking at courses like BBA or let's say BCA or BA or BSc, then ladies and gentlemen, you need to appear for SCT entrance exam of Symbiosis. And they have variety of colleges which are actually good colleges. Colleges like SCMS is extremely popular. SCMC is very popular. SICSR is pretty popular. So there are a lot of colleges that they have got which are very popular in India for undergraduate aspirants. So for all these colleges, the exam that you need to appear for is SCT 2025. Now the examination will be conducted as a computer-based test. Now, what do I mean by computer-based test? All the test takers who will appear for SCT exam on the same day in the same slot will get the same set of questions. It's not an adaptive exam. Remember, some of the other exams are adaptive in nature, where if you are solving questions incorrectly, then the test engine will pick up questions which are a little more easier for you. And if you're solving questions correctly, the test engine randomly picks up questions which are more difficult than what you have done so far. That means the test engine will try to adapt itself to your capability. That is known as computer adaptive exam. So boys and girls, remember, SCT exam is not a computer adaptive exam. It's a computer-based exam. It's more traditional kind of an exam, wherein if two test takers are appearing for the exam at the same time, they both get the same set of questions. And this exam provides a lot of programs for you. So a lot of flexibility is there depending on your interest, depending on your aptitude, depending on your career goals. You can decide which programs would you be interested in, which programs you want to apply to. You can make up your mind. And the best part about SCT is they allow students to write this exam more than once. They conduct this exam twice. And they allow students to appear both the times. And in case you appear for this exam both the times, then the good news for you is best of two performances will be considered by Symbiosis while they invite you for interviews. It implies there is absolutely no harm in writing this exam both the times. It's okay to write it both the times. You may do very well in the first attempt. Your performance may be poor in the second attempt. You don't have to panic, because they are not going with the latest attempt. They are going with best of two attempts. So that's what is interesting about SCT exam. And remember, this exam doesn't have a provision for sectional cutoffs. They only look at your overall performance in the exam. So what is the ramification of this? What is the impact of this? I'll explain after some time. Now, what is the pattern of the exam? Let's understand that. So, in SCT exam, broadly speaking, there will be 4 sections given to you. Okay, what are those sections? Let's understand that first. General English would test your language skills. Remember, 16 questions will be there, in General English. Every question in SCT will carry weightage of 1 mark. And the best part is there is no negative marking in SCT exam. So even if you don't know the answer, it's advisable for you to guess. Never leave any question blank in SCT exam. So 16 questions will appear from General English. They may include reading comprehension questions, vocabulary-based questions, grammar-based questions. 16 of them will be there. Then quantitative part is nothing but mathematics. There will be 16 questions based on mathematics, and these are school level mathematics. Maximum they go to 10th standard, they don't go beyond 10th standard. In fact, in SCT exam in past, we have seen questions which are much lower than 10th standard. Questions which were designed on the basis of concept you might have learned in 6th class, 7th class, 8th class have also appeared in SCT exam in past. So, 16 questions based on maths. General awareness will have 16 questions. And finally, analytical and logical reasoning, 12 questions would be there. So, all in all, 60 questions appear in the exam. And these 60 questions, you need to finish in 1 hour duration. So, 60 questions, 60 minutes. What does it imply? It implies you need to go pretty fast in this exam. Should never spend too much time pondering over a single question and waste your time. You attempt a question for a small duration. Maybe you can attempt a question for a minute. If you get the answer, good. If you don't get the answer, please guess. Never leave any question blank because there is no negative marking. It's definitely advisable that you guess if you are unable to crack the question within a minute. Alright. Now, moving on. Friends, let's understand that Symbiosis group of colleges, how do they go about selecting the students? So they will look at your performance in SCT. If you perform well in SCT, and remember I already told you, there is no provision of sectional cutoffs, only overall performance will be taken into account. And if they like your performance, they will invite you for interviews. Alright, so you'll have to go there for personal interaction process. And more details you can get about what that personal interaction process is all about. The details are available on their website. You can have a look at that. But it will be a 2-stage selection process. That's something I want you to know. First stage is SCT, and once you do well, you will be shortlisted for the second stage where personal interaction, personal interview will happen. And when you do well there also, that's when you get final admission offer from Symbiosis International deemed to be university. Now, it is compulsory that you appear in every round of selection. For example, you were shortlisted, but God forbid you were absent for interview, they will not select you. Or if you didn't write SCT exam, they will not select you. So it is mandatory for you to attempt SCT, and then once you are shortlisted, it's mandatory that you undergo the personal interaction round also. Only then you will be considered for the final admission in their business school. Now, what is the eligibility criteria? And what kind of policy did they follow, what kind of reservation policy they follow, all these details are available on their website. The link has been given on the screen. You can pause it, note it down, and then you can visit this link later on and watch the information that has been made available on their website. And remember, the merit list will be released after the interviews get conducted. Generally, after a few weeks of the interview, you will get the list of candidates that they have selected. And interestingly, they will also release waiting list. What is meaning of waiting list? It implies the first set of students who have been given admission offer, some of them may not opt for it. Some of them may say, I have already cracked IIM Indore, I have cracked IIM Rohtak, I'll go there. So this seat will be vacant, right? So that will be offered to the people in the waiting list. So there will be a selected list, there will be waiting lists also that they will release, and they will tell you that you need to pay this much amount, a small amount, to confirm your seat, to book your seat. This is offered on a merit basis, completely merit basis process would be there in this college. Now remember, the dates that they have announced in notification are, the application form has been made available. You can apply right now. And the registration for the exam will end on 12th April. But if you ask my advice, if you are genuinely interested in Symbiosis group of colleges, don't wait till April. Apply well in advance, because generally on the last few days, if at all there are some technical issues on the website, then you will have a problem. So it makes sense that you apply to Symbiosis exam, SCT, well in advance if you are planning to write it. And remember, the payment also will close on the same day, and once you have registered for the exam, then they'll give you admit card in advance. So the admit card will be made available from 25th April for those who are appearing for the first SCT exam. And it will be released on 30th April for those who are appearing for second SCT exam. I already told you SCT will be conducted a couple of times and they allow you to write it both the times. Now, the first SCT exam will take place on 5th of May from morning 9 to 10, 1 hour exam. So it will be on Monday when this exam will happen. Then on 11th of May, which happens to be Sunday, SCT 2 will take place. So if you want to write it both the times, you can do that. If you want to write it once also, you can do that. It's your choice. But if you write it twice, best of 2 will be considered. And once both the tests are over, then the final results, your scorecard for your performance will be released on 22nd May, which happens to be a Thursday as such. So this is the tentative timeline that they are going to follow for this admission process. Alright. Now, let's talk about the second notification that came out quite recently, which is Christ University entrance test. Again, a pretty important exam for those of you who are aspiring to do BBA from a good business school. Again, Christ University has a variety of programs, but in this session, I'm going to focus upon on BBA notification in particular, because the pattern of the exam keeps changing depending on which program you are interested in. So today, I'm going to focus on BBA program. Now, Christ University BBA program is considered to be one of the prestigious option, attractive option. It's a premier business school to target if you are looking for pursuing BBA from a good college. It's situated in a very good location of Bangalore. So very comfortable, very good infrastructure they have got in place, and they have got multiple campuses in Bangalore, which offer BBA program. Now remember, this program that they have designed it very well. Just like Symbiosis, the delivery of the program is absolutely top-notch. So good set of professors teach in Symbiosis. Similarly, good set of professors are available in Christ University also. Now, the admission for the program, again, it will be on 2 stages. The first stage is when you appear for the exam. So the exam itself will be conducted on 9th of May 2025. That's when you will appear for this important exam. And remember, if you do well in this exam, you will be shortlisted for the second stage of selection process by Christ University. And Christ University in past, they have conducted interviews, but apart from personal interviews, they have also conducted a micro presentation round where they have given a list of topics to the shortlisted candidates, and they need to pick up a topic and they need to speak on the given topic in front of the professors. So that is what is micro presentation. Now, if you are a student of time, then we will help you in your preparation for every single aspect that I am discussing in today's session. Now, what is the eligibility criteria for this? See, the basic eligibility criteria is you should have qualified your 12th standard, or you could be currently in 12th standard. Even those students are eligible to write the exam. Alright. The selection process, as I said earlier, will be on the basis of your performances in this entrance exam. And again, over here, generally there are no provision of sectional cutoffs. Only overall performance will be taken into account, and you'll be shortlisted and invited for the second stage of selection process, which may involve micro presentation and personal interview also. Again, these rounds are tentative. You never know if they change this process and add some other activity also. You will come to know of it once you are shortlisted. Now, what is the pattern of the exam for BBA in Christ University? Friends, all in all, you will have 120 questions in the exam that you need to cover in 1.5 hours. That means 90 minutes will be allocated for this, and you need to attempt 120 questions. That itself should give you a message that here, speed will be essential. You need to go very fast. Because think about it, you have less than a minute per question, so you need to go very fast. You can't ponder over a question. So that's the reason you should never invest too much time on a single question. But remember, here negative marking is there. If you get it right, 1 mark. If you get it wrong, 0.25. So boys and girls, please don't approach it the way I told you to approach SCT exam. Here, you should not guess. Never guess in Christ University entrance test, because negative marking is there. You will pay a heavy price if you do that. So what is the pattern? See, in this exam, broadly speaking, you have got 6 sections. Now, what are those sections? Let's understand that. English section, 15 questions will appear. Most of them may be vocabulary based, close passage may be there, one odd question of reading comprehension, right? So broadly speaking, it is on the similar lines to what we discussed for SAT as far as English goes. Then we have got general knowledge, 20 questions will be appearing. Majority of them will be based on current affairs. Then fundamental accounting, 10 questions may appear. These are very basic kind of questions. And they are including this because it's a BBA entrance exam. They want to see whether you have basic awareness about accounting or not. 25 questions appear from reasoning. 20 questions appear from mathematics. What is reasoning? Essentially puzzles. It can be based on puzzles or it may be based on number series, analogies, coding, decoding, odd man out, variety of topics. If you're a time student, I'm assuming you're already undergoing all those classes, so you will be comfortable with this. Mathematics will be school level mathematics. They generally don't go beyond 10th standard. Very basic mathematics will be there. Finally, data analysis and data interpretation, 20 questions. So all in all, if you add 120 questions to be completed in 1.5 hours of duration. So very simple pattern of the entrance exam would be there for CRISE BBA. All right. So friends, remember, the registration has already opened up and now you can apply for the exam. The last date for registering for the examination will be 29th of April, which happens to be a Tuesday. And the exam itself, as I mentioned earlier also, it will happen on 9th of May. So that is when you can appear for the entrance exam that they have got. All right. Now, let me give you a little insight about time also. See, time offers comprehensive preparation for all management entrance exams. So, we help our students prepare for SCT, we help our students prepare for CRISE BBA, NPAT, which is meant for Narsing Monji. We help students prepare for that exam also. Apart from that, we also have got an IPM program where train people for IPMAT exams conducted by IIM Indore, IIM Rohtak, JIPMAT conducted by IIM Jammu, IIM Bodh Gaya. So it's a comprehensive program that we have got in place and we train our students to do excel in these exams. How do we go about doing that? We have got very good faculty members, experienced faculty members who have been training students for many, not years, but decades. So decades of experience is what these faculty members carry along with themselves. And they're not just teachers, but they also motivate you to work hard. They push you to work hard. And when you're feeling low, you can always approach them for some kind of help, counseling, assurance, some pep talk. So you will have complete support of faculty members when you are preparing for these exams. The comprehensive study material that time offers, it will ensure that you get ample amount of practice so that your speed of calculation, speed of getting the answer would improve. Also, the material has been designed on the lines of previous year questions that have appeared in these exams. So, it is tailor-made material for these entrance exams. Moreover, the quantity of questions, the number of questions that we offer in our material is very high. So both quality is high as well as quantity is high. That ensures that you get very good practice for these exams. Finally, we offer mock tests. And these mock tests are designed on the lines of actual exams. So when you write these mocks, you get very good idea about how the actual exam generally is. And it will also help you in figuring out what are your stronger areas and what are your weaker areas so that you can focus on your weaker areas and end up making them into also as your stronger areas. We offer both online and offline programs. So depending on your requirement, you can choose to join any of these. And our track record has been exceptional. Hundreds and hundreds of our students have gone to these prestigious places for their BBA programs and IPM programs. So you can also avail the benefit of this and use the resources that we have provided. So with this, I have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please do hit the like button and share it with other friends of yours who may also be aspiring to pursue BBA from Symbiosis or Christ University. Thank you everyone for attending this session.